Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are well wherever you are in the world. Now about 6 years ago I did a what's in my bag video and I thought it was about time I gave you an update. And honestly not a lot has changed. I've got a few new additions. It's always nice to go through the camera bag though, isn't it? First off, I want to give a big shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. It's the all-in-one platform I use for my website and I'll tell you a bit more about them a little bit later on. So let's dig in. So let's talk about the bag itself. Now the bag that I use is the Domkey F1X and I've been using this for about 16 years now, apart from maybe one season where I tried something else. This has been my go-to bag for just about every shoot. In fact, I was using it yesterday for a family shoot in London. It's one of those bags that I think just seems to work for me, no fuss. Now I'm not sure you can still easily find these bags, but if you're a busy photographer like me, I'd recommend hunting one down. Now the first thing you'll notice is that it's built like a tank. It's made from this tough water resistant canvas that's been through it all, rain, dust, being shoved under plane seats, chucked around at weddings, and it's still holding up. But I should say it's not fully waterproof. Since it doesn't have a zip up closure, heavy rain can be a problem. Water can sneak in under the flap if you're caught in a downpour. For me it's never been an issue because I just make sure the flap is covering my gear, but it's something to keep in mind. Another thing I love about the bag is how much it holds. You can pack a lot in here. It came with these adjustable dividers, but I threw them out years ago. I know some of you are going to be horrified that I just toss my gear in there without dividers, but honestly it works for me. None of my gear has ever broken in this bag, and I just find dividers slow me down somehow. Comfort-wise, the shoulder strap is excellent at distributing the weight, so I can carry it all day without feeling like I've been hit by a bus. That said, it is a shoulder bag, so if it's fully loaded and you're on your feet for hours, you will feel it. It's not a backpack, but for me it's usually fine. One more thing to mention about the bag, it's got this kind of old school look which I really like. It's not sleek or modern, but I'm all about function over fashion and this bag is rugged and functional. So if you're after something a little bit more stylish, then this might not be for you. It's also unlikely to get pinched on the streets. Overall though, the positives far outweigh the negatives. It's reliable, tough, and after 16 years, it's still my bag that I go to. You'll also have noticed I've got a good and bad written on the front of the pockets of the bag. Now I'll let you guess what they're used for. Leave a comment below and I'll randomly select one person to win a free set of my Lightroom presets if you guess correctly. For the rest of you, you can get 10% off my presets using the code YT10 linked below. Alright, let's talk about the cameras that I use right now in 2024 and probably throughout 2025. I have two main cameras and they are both X-T5s, Fujifilm X-T5s, and they're incredible. The 40 megapixel sensor, the autofocus, the technology, everything about them is top notch. Whether I'm shooting weddings, family sessions like yesterday, or perhaps even if I'm using them on my street photography, these cameras can handle it all. But my heart has always been with the X Pro range. I've got two X Pro 3s as my backup cameras in the bag, and I love them. The rangefinder design, the way they fit in the hand, they just feel right for my documentary style. The X Pro cameras are discreet, they don't get in the way, and they let me focus on capturing moments as they happen without drawing attention. But the X-T5 just a bit too much. The issue is Fujifilm hasn't updated the X Pro line in a while, and while the X Pro 3 is still great, technology moves on. That's why I have to move to the X-T5s. They give me the latest features like better autofocus and faster processing, and that's what I need for the fast-paced work I do. I'm still holding out hope for an X Pro 4. If they could pack all the engineering of the X-T5 in an X Pro 4 body, I'll be first in line. And of course, there's the X100 VI, which is always in my bag as well. It's perfect for street photography or when I want something light and unobtrusive. It lets me get close without being noticed, which fits perfectly with my documentary style. I just want to talk about the sponsor of today's episode, Squarespace. And I've used Squarespace for a very long time now, and you can use it too. You can start a completely personalized website with the new guided design system, Squarespace Blueprint. Choose from professionally created layout and styling options to build a unique online presence from the ground up, tailored to your brand or your business and optimized for every device. You can even sell your products and services with an online store just like I do, whether you sell physical goods, digital content, prints, or services, Squarespace has the tools you need to start selling online. You can even add appointments to your Squarespace website and start accepting clients if you are doing some kind of scheduling. Squarespace really is the system that I would recommend to any photographer of any size of business. Go to squarespace.com/Kevin Mullins for 10% off your first website or domain hosting. Now let's talk about the lenses that I use at the moment. My two main lenses are the Fujifilm 18mm f1.4 and the 56mm 1.2 Mark II. These are pretty much always on my cameras. The 56mm has been a constant for me for years. It's perfect for capturing those intimate moments without being in someone's face, and the f1.2 aperture gives you a beautiful separation between subject and background. It's a lens I know inside out, and I can rely on it to deliver every single time. The 18mm 1.4 is a newer addition. For years, I did use the 23mm 1.4. When Fujifilm released the 18mm, I made the switch and haven't looked back. It's a little wider, which is great for storytelling and capturing more of the environment around my subjects. Incredibly sharp and fast, and very versatile, whether I'm shooting weddings or out on the street, as I use it sometimes. Now, it's important to have backup equipment, and I've got the Viltrox 75mm 1.2 and the 27mm 1.2. The 75mm is great for when I want to compress the background, and the 27mm is a fun, compact lens that I actually reach for quite a lot. All right, so let's talk about the little extras in my bag. And I always attach one camera to an up strap. Now, if you've never used one, you're really missing out, honestly. The non-slip design is a game changer. Quite old now. You can still get them. You have to import them from the USA. The strap doesn't slide off your shoulder, even when you're moving around a lot. I've had mine for probably 12 or 13 years now, and it's still going strong. Compared to the standard straps that come with the cameras themselves, the up strap is in a league of its own, honestly. For my second camera, I use the original Spider holster, which is this little thing here. I don't think you can get them anymore, the original version. And the newer ones seem bulkier, but this one is streamlined and practical, and I've been using it for over a decade easily, and it's still going strong, as you can see. I also carry a Manfrotto Pixie 8 tripod, little thing. I don't use it much, but when I do, I'm glad it's in the bag. It's lightweight, compact, and perfect for quick setups or even behind the scenes shots if you're into that. And finally, since I don't use flash, I rely on the Manfrotto Lumimuse, and I have the 8 bulb version. These little lights are brilliant. They're small, portable, and pack a surprising punch. I use them for extra light in dim venues or for the first dance, etc. And I've got a backup one as well, just in case. They're really, really very good. So that's it. My camera bag, the cameras, the lenses, the little things that I use in 2024 and beyond. Leave a comment below and I'll do my best to get back to you. And thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.